And the motivation for this is that everybody's talking about how cute Grogu is, and don't get me wrong, that's a cute little motherfucker. Grogu, Baby Yoda, is adorable. All right, I want to take him and just, cradle him and burp him and all that shit. But let's not forget the OG, Gizmo. So today we're talking Gremlins. I'm being joined by my man Anthony A. Perez. This is part of our Tit for Tat series where we pick our movies for each other that we normally would not watch. So Perez is more of the Disney / family friendly type stuff, even though he does pick some mature themed movies to watch. But I'm more of the blaxploitation, black films. So total contrasting taste of films, but we get to come together for these videos, and that's what makes it kind of fun. So if you haven't already, subscribe, Anthony A. Perez, the link is in the description. So let's get down to it. Gremlins. My first memory of this movie is my pop bringing this shit on VHS, bringing it home, and there was a teaser trailer for Rocky IV, which dropped the following November. So I think he rented this shit around, late 84. And then, so it was for next year, and I was like, another Rocky, yes! So that was dope. You can look it up on YouTube. If you put in Rocky IV VHS teaser trailer, you'll find it. Dope ass trailer. For the first 5 minutes of Gremlins, I wasn't even paying attention. I was thinking about that trailer for Rocky IV. I'm like, I want to see that shit. But there's some controversy behind this film because it's supposed to be what kicked off the PG-13 rating, and it was too violent for kids. And look here, I was 5 years old when I watched it. At no point did this movie scare me. I'm keeping it real. I laughed, I was entertained, but at no point was I scared. And Gizmo was just the most adorable thing. I think after the movie was over, I asked my pop, I said, Pop, I want a Gizmo. But I guess that was too, because my pop is kind of old school. He's like, boy, I ain't getting you no damn Gizmo shit. You're gonna get a Gremlin. My pop was kind of hard, man, so he wasn't with all that mushy gushy shit. Like, I ain't giving you no damn Gremlin, boy. No Gizmo. So yeah, for those that haven't watched this movie, shame on you. I'm going into spoilers here. So if you haven't seen Gremlin, shame on you. This needs to be spoiled for you. You should have been watched it. But yeah, just to recap it, it's a story of this inventor who wants to get a Christmas present for his son Billy, played by Zach Gallagher, I think his name is. And he comes across this Chinese shop. I think it's Chinese. And this old man has all these artifacts and all this stuff, but he sees this box with this little creature singing in it, and it's a Mogwai. And he says, oh my God, perfect, I gotta get that for my son. Old man was like, nope, Mogwai not for sale. Because the old man knows that Americans are hard-headed and stupid, and he's gonna take that thing and make a whole big mess out of it. And all you gotta do is follow 3 rules. Do not shine a bright light on it, do not feed it after midnight, and do not get it wet. The old man was right, because what did he do? He took it to his son, and it was all cute and all lovey-dovey, oh, so sweet, so sweet. And then the motherfucker got him wet. Then he fed him after midnight. And now we have our adventure, which is good for the viewer, because if not for that, we wouldn't have a Gremlins. It would just be called Mogwai. I heard that the original script of this movie, the way it was supposed to be originally shot, was that Gizmo was supposed to be the one to turn into Stripe, the leader. But Spielberg, who was executive producer, said that, no, he's too adorable. Kids are going to get confused. We're going to keep him Gizmo. Fuck that. And I guess that explains why you only see him in full form, for only so long in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the second half on, you only see close-up shots of him, with the eyes moving and shit. And when he was driving in the car. So Gizmo was not intended to have as much screen time as he did, but it still worked out because, it's Gizmo. He's just the cutest thing. And he was more believable in this movie than the second movie. There was a part in the second movie where you see him walking, and it was just the most cringeworthy thing ever. I swear, it was just like, ugh. I wasn't a fan of the second movie. I liked the different designs of the different types of Gremlins, but the second movie was too cartoonish for me, and too many cameos. It was too silly. This one here, even though silly in its own right and cheesy in its own right, but still, it was serious enough where you could take it kind of seriously, if that makes sense. And can't forget to mention Phoebe Cates is in here. She's, oh my God, Phoebe Cates is like top 10 most gorgeous women in the 80s. Like Fast Times Ridgemont High, this one, oh man. But Perez touches on this later on, where she has that monologue talking about why she hates Christmas. it made no sense to the movie. Like, they didn't touch on that before or after. It was just a monologue that happened, and you're like, okay. And there was another subplot here, too, that didn't make any sense with the character of Judge Reinhold. He was supposed to be Billy's rival in this movie. He was a rich, pompous asshole who, you know, kind of, I guess, bullied Billy. But then they had one scene together. You didn't see him anymore after that. So it almost feels like there was another movie they intended to make, or there was a lot of stuff that they wanted to add to it, but they just didn't. They had to, you know, get to the meat and potatoes of it, which I'm glad they did, because this is a perfectly paced film. And before I get to my final thoughts on it, I'm going to give the floor to Perez. What did you think about Gremlins?
What's going on, everybody? Thank you again to my friend Rashad for having me here in another video to talk about Gremlins. So Gremlins is easily one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's also a movie that was one of the earliest movies that I actually reviewed over on my channel back when I was still reviewing movies in my car, both the first and the second one. It feels like a lifetime ago. So I'm very happy to be able to kind of sit down and talk about it now, even though I'm standing up, but just to be able to revisit it and talk a little bit about it now as the YouTuber I am today. So Gremlins, directed by Joe Dante and written by Chris Columbus, is a perfect blend for me of a Christmas movie, a horror movie, and a comedy. It definitely leans more into a family comedy movie, I would say, than an actual horror film, but I think it does a great job of having those creepy elements, and it's just a blend of a good, fun family film that has cute elements, some creepy elements, and it's just entertaining to watch. Now, like any movie from this era, there are going to be elements about this movie and the acting and some of the dialogue that's going to be a little bit cheesy, but I feel like it adds to the charm of the film. It definitely just very much feels like a film of that time, and it's just a good, fun watch. There are a couple things you can nitpick and laugh at, but I think what really shines is the story and these characters. I'm sure Rashad's already talked about the story and the setup where this young boy gets a gift from his dad that's a mogwai named Gizmo, played by Howie Mandel, which I always thought was very strange. You know, Gizmo just makes these cute little sounds. He doesn't really need to be played by anybody in particular, but he's played by Howie Mandel, which I thought was always kind of funny. And when you listen to Gizmo, it just makes me think, really? Howie Mandel? That's so funny. Anyway, yeah, I really just thoroughly enjoy this movie. I find it to be a good, fun time. I think it's a movie that, again, blends horror and comedy so well that it's able to still kind of be more of a family movie. I think this is one of those movies that you can show to kids and they don't have to be afraid of what's going to happen, though there are some creepier elements. And of course, the real story picks up when they end up not following the rules and by accident, actually, end up getting Gizmo wet. And he ends up giving off all these offspring of sorts, which are just more mogwai, which if you feed them after midnight, end up becoming Gremlins. And yeah, I've just always thoroughly enjoyed the way this movie looks. Again, even the cheesier effects and some of the cheesier elements of this film just lean into the charm. It just kind of leans into this era of filmmaking that felt very hands-on compared to today, where a movie like this would likely kind of be just filled with CG. I would love for them to make a Gremlins today and make it just as practical as they did back then, because what I really love about this film are the animatronics and the puppet work done on the Gremlins and the Mogwai. I think without a doubt that's what really sells this movie, and the effects outside of the great story and just fun overall characters. The effects, without a doubt, are definitely the big standout thing about this movie. This film primarily focuses on the characters of Billy and Kate, played by Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates. And as a kid, I remember having a crush on Phoebe Cates, and it's funny to always like think back on this movie and that era when I was watching this movie all the time. But yeah, this is a movie that I just always have a great time with. Everything from the score to the visuals to the comedy to just the silliness overall. I think it does such a great job of being a great Christmas movie, a great horror movie, and a great comedy movie, and a movie that overall, like I said, just works for everybody. Of course, there's going to be probably people who don't like this movie, and there are lines of dialogue, I think, that just don't work throughout the movie. I think the one that really stands out to me is that just very strange kind of like just speech, not speech, but like kind of monologue that Phoebe Cates' character gives, the kind of like a tragedy near the end of the film. I've always just felt that just kind of just stood out. It's a very strange moment in the film. But overall, I just really enjoy the journey with Gizmo and the other Mogwai and the Gremlins and the effects, and even again, the cheesy effects that may come up here and there. Just add to the charm of the film, though on an overall level, I would say that the effects of this film are incredibly well done, and I just really enjoy the story and find it to be a good, fun time. So thank you, Rashad, for having me revisit this movie that I already know super well and I love a lot. And the last time I reviewed it here on my channel, or not on my channel, but reviewed it here on YouTube, I did it through my car. So there's like the audio in the background of my car sounds and people on the road. So it's nice to be able to record a more modern review with a microphone in a not so loud area. So thank you again for having me in this video. I look forward to more collabs. If you guys enjoy these videos that Rashad and I are doing, come on over to my channel where you can find a bunch that Rashad and I have done for various films. I put him through some interesting films. And again, a big thanks to Rashad for having me here in this video. And I look forward to hearing what everybody has to say in the comments. So I'll go ahead and hand it off back to you, Rashad. Thank you again, my friend.
My man, you know what? Yo, I love when we're here. You know what I'm saying? I love when we're here because then it becomes a contest of who can kiss this movie's ass the best. All right. So, yeah, I'm glad to see that you enjoyed it and that it was one of your first reviews that you did. So I got to go back and check that out as well. Yeah, I don't know too many people that don't like this movie. Now, what's up for debate is whether it's a Christmas movie or not. And nah, come on, man, it's a Christmas movie. I'll put this on every year when I put up my tree. I have Gremlins playing and I have the Temptations Christmas card playing. Both of them don't make sense being played together, but damn it, that's what I do every year. It is a Christmas movie. Yes, it is. It is a horror comedy / family film because I did watch it with my family, with my parents. And I did not get scared. I did not pussy out. Back then, the only thing that scared me back in the 80s when I was from 5 to 8 years old was Dee Snider, Twisted Sister. That was it. Dee Snider in full makeup and get up with the, scared the fuck out of me. But that's the only thing. I love this movie. The animatronics, I think, worked better than they did in the second movie. And they're supposed to be making the Gremlins 3. I'm looking forward to it, but at the same time, do not fuck up my nostalgia. Do not fuck up my childhood. Do this right. It's possible to get it done right. Cobra Kai has proved that. Creed has proved that. Hopefully Gremlins can do the same thing because this film is very near and dear to my heart. I had the action figures. I had the coloring books. All right, my pop refused to buy me a Gizmo because, yeah, cute and cuddly, nah. He wasn't raising me to be cute and cuddly. He was raising me to be a man. So, Gizmo wasn't cutting it. He got me a rubber gremlin instead. But anyways, y'all, I give Gremlins an A+. Very classic film. Phoebe Cates, oh my God, too bad. It was a Christmas film and it was winter time, so she couldn't really show off that bodacious bod that she had. But if you want to see Phoebe Cates and her bodacious bod, check out Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Has one of the most paused moments in film history. All right. So, Perez, thank you for joining me in this video, man. And I appreciate this series. You know what I'm saying? Cousin China was doing it at first, but Cousin China punked out. So now it's just me and you. But this is so much fun because you're having me watch movies, like I said, that I normally would not watch. So I think next you got me watching Tarzan and you're watching Fight Club. Actually, no. Well, you're whiting. How I sound? Damn, I can't fucking talk today. You're watching Bustin' Loose and then Fight Club after that. And then I'm watching Tarzan. So, y'all, what do you think about Gremlins? Comment freely below. If you like and did the content, hit that like and subscribe notification bell in the corner. Once again, subscribe to Anthony A. Perez. The link is in the description. Thank you all for watching. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.